It has begun. Today, the very first actual, real, proper Scare Zone sets and props have appeared in the park. And as is my tradition every year, I am here to show them to you. I just did a video going over every single Scare Zone that's been announced for this year and how things are different. And we'll talk more about that, but we're gonna actually see it in progress in the park for the first time for this year today. So let's get started. It's a very gloomy day today, but it's kind of perfect. It's a little spooky. I have no doubt though that in this heat wave, the sun will be back out shortly. I just ran into some friends who are just coming out and they told me how exciting it is and how much there is in there to see. To start off, we're gonna hang a right and head into Hollywood. Let's see what we can find. Oh my gosh, all right, this is just the start, but check this out. This is absolutely wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So one look at this and we know exactly what Scare Zone Hollywood is gonna be. There is no mistaking this vampire masquerade Scare Zone. This is incredible. Look at the beautiful wood. They really, really stained it and designed it to look so real. These beautiful designs in here. This looks like from a completely different time period. And check this out, it's a stained glass vampire. So this year the theme is the conservatory. Everything is like gothic, spooky, stained glass, and it's already carrying over. We know it's gonna be in the entrance Scare Zone, but look, it's here. What time period are we thinking here? I'm getting like 20s and 30s, but also it could be, I mean, this could be timeless. Vampires are timeless. I love the layered design of this. If you can see the vampire bat in front, and then there's a layer behind him. This is gorgeous. See some speakers here, hidden very beautifully. So this is very clearly Masquerade, Dance of Death, a vampire Scare Zone. You're invited to a masquerade ball where bloodthirsty vampires lurk behind ornate disguises. When their masks fall, you'll become their prey. And I talked about how much I love Masquerade Ball, Phantom of the Opera, all of that, and how much I love vampires, and how I've actually been to a vampire ball once, so this is everything to me. So there's that piece here that looks like a little stage, and then there's another one here. And guess what? The stained glass design carries over onto the back. That's really beautifully done, honestly. Wow. You can see the layers of the design. There's a front design, like a clear middle and a back, and it's done just like stained glass. The vampire bat has red eyes and the other one in yellow, glowing eyes here. Look at the wings, the way the light goes through them. This is gonna look amazing at night with all the lighting. It already looks amazing in the day. So this is the second stage. Let's see the front of it. Oh, it's windy today. Wow, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So it's different. See, that stage looks like it's made of wood. You can even see like the knots in the wood and stuff. Beautifully done. And this one looks like concrete. And it's got this banister here. Wow, a wooden floor. This definitely feels 1920s to me. All right, is anyone else getting that? It seems that there will be vampire scare actors up here dancing at the ball. And we're, their prey. But really, I'm cool with vampires, so like I'm just gonna be dancing. I'm just a guest at the ball. I'm not prey. Maybe you are, but I'm not. I love it. This sign I wait for every year. Something about it just, it says it's time. It's time. Look at the beautiful patina they've put on this. Man, the scenic decorators are primo. Primo, they slay. Every year. I just had someone tell me I slay. So, I feel like when someone tells you slay, you must use the word slay for someone else. You must slay it forward. So the scenic designers slay. One thing I love is seeing guests walk by when they see these and stopping to look. Like, what? It definitely feels like it's about to rain and storm. So I'm gonna try to do this quickly. But yeah, here's what's up in Hollywood so far. I'm sure we'll see more tomorrow, and I love this. Oh, and this one also has the stained glass design on the back too. I love the black and white tiles on the floor in here for this. This is a masquerade ball. I love it. Okay, let's see what else we got. We've got lots of steel trusses and support structures, but it's amazing to see actual stuff. The real sets and props. Just starting, just starting. It takes usually a couple of months to build this park up to be Halloween Horror Nights. And they've been working on the houses behind the scenes all year, maybe even longer. But the scare zones, it takes a while to get them set up. This is a premier world-renowned Halloween event that goes on from the end of August through November 3rd. Usually this year, I think it's November 3rd again or 2nd. But yeah, it's a huge event and a massive undertaking. I love these glass blocks. They're so, what, 90s I'd say? 90s. The Blues Bros are crossing. Also, people are already holding spots for Mega Movie Parade, which is over an hour from now. Now we're gonna head through Central Park. We've got all these trusses and setups in here and some red string lights in here. So this is definitely gonna be a cool themed dining area from what it looks like at least. I'm not seeing anything in the trees yet here, but I know there's more up ahead because you guys are amazing. Enthused crew always comes through for me because when you start to see this stuff, you send me messages, you send me DMs right away. Code Orange, Scare Zone stuff, anything. Y'all are my eyes and ears when I'm not here. So keep it up because you are the MVPs. Eyes on the trees. I don't see anything up there yet, but I hope to and expect to. But wait till you see what's right ahead of me. Look at all of this. What is happening here? Please do not climb. Halloween Horror Nights. Look at these. So they're wooden boxes. There's kind of a screen there. So that tells me that there may be, hopefully, scare actors in here. What is this? This looks like cat scratch fever, right? Look at this, is all like scratched up too. Could this be? Is this the song from Ghost? Maybe I'm thinking of a different movie. But I don't know that I've heard this song here. Anyway, yes, baby. This is very interesting to me because usually the scare zone is kind of confined to that area. So that either means that the scare zone will be out here in place of or extend from there out to here, which I hope that is the case. But this is definitely something you'll be walking through. I love things like this, right? Like a tight corridor, you're walking through. There are these things on either side of you with scare actors popping out, maybe cats, maybe something, trick-or-treaters maybe. There's trees here too, so it's kind of like shady. And you feel kind of enclosed in here. I love it. But that's not all, friends. Take a look at this. Right here, just outside of Animal Actors, there's this huge, it looks kind of like a stage, right? It looks like a stage, but I mean, this definitely could be the cat lady of Crooked Lane's house. I mentioned that things are different this year as far as scare zones, and if you watch my scare zone video, you already know that they announced 4 scare zones and 2 something different that we'll talk about in a minute. But just using logic, if Hollywood is the Masquerade Vampire Scare Zone, and this is the Cat Lady Scare Zone, then New York would be the toxic, well, we'll talk about it in a minute. But, so the Cat Lady of Crooked Lane, if that is indeed here, travel down a spooky winding path to a mysterious home where trick-or-treaters are transformed into feral felines. Be careful or you'll be next. So they could make Central Park sort of the crooked lane that leads up to her house here, and over there could be the trick-or-treaters that were turned into feral felines popping out at you. That's kind of what I'm picturing here, just by pure deduction. Ooh, I just heard thunder. It is definitely gonna start raining soon. I have my umbrella, I'm prepared. Anyway, so whether it's that they're extending it out of the Central Park kind of lane, and that'll maybe be the crooked lane and you're leading up to her house, or this is the scare zone instead, we'll see. I know that they have said that the scare zones this year are gonna be bigger and bolder and really full, really full of life. So I'm already liking what I'm seeing here, and this is literally just the beginning. So very exciting. I love to see the signs that say like under construction, Halloween Horror Nights. That means it is truly beginning. It's July 22nd today, so like we're deep into the dog days of summer at this point. And I don't know, if you know Florida skies, you could probably feel through the screen what this feels like. I can taste the storm coming. Now there are some things in this area. There are some speakers out, and there's like a covered thing. This could be anything. It could be a stage. It's got some texture in there. It really could be anything. There's another one over here. It could be things for scare actors to stand on. It could be just the base of something that's yet to come. These trees make such a great canopy though. We've seen so many cool looking scare zones in here. Oh, there's another covered tarp thing. Interesting. Several of these flat covered things, and they all have kind of dots coming out of them. It makes me think it's the base of something. Oh, it's so fun to just see this and try to guess what it's gonna be. Even though we do have all the scare zones, there's quite a bit of information we don't have yet, like shows and food. So there's a lot more coming. Let's take a walk over through New York and see what's going on over there. Cinesational is back, just in case you hadn't heard, the nighttime lagoon show. There's water and pyrotechnics and drones and projections. It's incredible. It is a do not miss. It's a nighttime show here. Check the calendar when you're here to make sure you don't miss it if you're here, because it's a really, really great nighttime show. Now, we don't have word yet about the Halloween Horror Nights shows, like official word hasn't been announced yet, but let's go on with the scare zones because this is very fun. Oh, check out that sky. That's ominous. Oh man. There's a lot of these trusses, these support structures that could hold lighting and signs and stuff, so very cool. Now, up ahead is Mel's Drive-In. Here at Mel's Drive-In, they famously block out the R and the V and make it Mel's Die-In only during Halloween Horror Nights evenings. But Mel's is gonna have a little bit more of a presence this year because Halloween Horror Nights, even though they announced 4 scare zones instead of 5 as they've done the past few years, they announced 2 all-new street experiences, and one of them has to do with Mel's. So Universal said brave all-new street experiences that take the horror to new heights, featuring zombie car hops, undead DJs, and more. And they called this one Mel's Die-In Zombies. And I think we can all agree that sounds delightful. It looks like there's some new stuff back here behind this yellow archway. So let's check it out. Oh yeah. All right, so we've got some screens up here. We've got lighting, we've got all sorts of stuff. So this could maybe be part of the Mel's area, if this is going to be the area where it is, which would make sense. Maybe we'll have character meet and greets. Super cool. You know it's a super hot day when the fire hydrant's on. It's not on full blast though. Sometimes it shoots all the way into the street. I seriously am ready to just jump in there though. I feel like Boris Schuster when I'm out here on the case looking for Halloween Horror Nights. Any signs of it, any clues, any hints? Madame Beziel, have you seen anything suspicious out here in these streets? Can we even see her? Where is she? Right there. There she is. Hello, ma'am. She says she's seen it all. The Film Vault here is one of my favorite stores. It's kind of tucked back here, right off Delancey Street in New York. And there's some new stuff in there I want to show you. And they usually have all the classics in here, like Jaws and Back to the Future and all that stuff. But now they have added this, some of the Dark Universe Universal Monster stuff from Epic Universe. You can buy this in Dark Universe, and now you can purchase it here. Oh my gosh, this would be so handy right now. Just testing it. I literally might buy this right now just because I'm so hot. You can purchase this in Dr. Pretorius's shop in Dark Universe, and I love that they've brought it over here so that you can prep. I love this. It's like your head sewn on necklace. And then these. Got Creature from the Black Lagoon, Frankenstein's Monster, Wolfman, and Dracula. Very cool. And I love that they still have the containment unit and Venkman's jumpsuit and this proton pack. Very cool. Light is green, trap is clean. Love to see that. There's all this memorabilia up here. That's so cool. And monster stuff. They've got a bunch of the Jaws 50th anniversary stuff up in here too. So a lot of classics. So got Ghostbusters and the monsters together. That's kind of funny. And then there's a whole Bride of Frankenstein section here, which is so incredibly cool. How much are these? I'm very curious. So this is $69, and this is like a top, right? Or skirt, no, skirts? A top and a skirt. And then this is the dress, $84. The gloves are $19, $28 for the hat. That looks like her hair, a little doll of her. And they have these plushy dolls of various monsters for $20. Got Gilman and Frankenstein's Monster and Bride of Frankenstein. How cute. How very, very cute. Now I've got my eyes peeled here in New York. I'm not seeing anything yet, but the arcade is closed and the sign's gone. More signs gone over here, possibly for retheming. But let's go into Sahara Traders. This is the Mummy gift shop. Oh, that AC feels so good I don't even care if it's full of mummies and skeletons. In fact, all the better. So back here, this used to be open and connected to the arcade. It is now closed, and the arcade is closed from the front and the sign is gone. That could mean this could be rethemed for something having to do with Halloween Horror Nights. It could be something completely different, but logic being that this is the time of year. We're using a lot of Sherlock Holmesian, so maybe some stretches here, but maybe not. Logic being that this is the time they're starting to do Halloween Horror Nights construction. This could be something. Is this a something or is this a nothing? Based on the sign here that says, "Pardon our dust and appearance while we add a new exhibit for you to enjoy," I'm guessing it's a something that we'll find out hopefully soon. Very exciting. This is the exit when you leave the mummy ride also, and I just love it in here. It's so fun and spooky. And they play cool music. He's dancing. We've got quite a few projects going on over here. This park is completely walled off for something going on. Over here by Rip Ride Rocket, the New York Public Library. So a lot going on back here. Now we know Rip Ride Rocket is closing forever in August, and there's a lot of construction going on over here too, and a ton of construction up by the front of the park by the Rip Ride Rocket station, like a ton going on. There's a lot going on back here. More changes over here. The sign is gone too. Very interesting. We also don't have word yet about tribute stores. So waiting on that to find out what's going on with the Halloween Horror Nights tribute store. You know, I'm like the biggest tribute store fan, so very excited to see what they do with that this year, what the theme is, what the story is, what the vibe is. I think Rip Ride Rocket is down for weather. It's coming, it's coming. So a lot of unknowns for New York, but the one thing I think that we can guess, that we can deduce, that we can elementary, my dear Watson, is that Mutations Toxic 20s will probably be in New York. Because let's see, if the Vampire Masquerade is in Hollywood and the Cat Lady is in Central Park and the Origins of Horror would be like the entrance scare zone, that really only leaves this. So we're just using our powers here, our detective powers, to guess. This could be wrong, this could change, who knows, but that's what it looks like. Also, just purely looking at the artwork here, you can see New York back there. So this one is, in a 1920s neighborhood, a BuzzCon truck with radioactive cargo crashes into a mobster getaway car, sending the city into toxic pandemonium. Now I'll link the video in my pinned comment, and I highly recommend you watch it because I go into a deep dive of each of the Scare Zone announcements, including BuzzCon, BuzzCon, Bugs, all of it. It's all put together in there. This immediately sounded familiar. I was like, BuzzCon? Are we talking Bugs? So this is actually, I think, a prequel of a previous house from a few years ago. So it was a house called Bugs Eaten Alive. But I'm really, really excited for this. I love that green toxic sludge color. I love the entire vibe of it. And it obviously makes sense in New York. From the art they released and from where everything else is clearly gonna be from what's out, I think this is gonna be our New York Scare Zone, which is awesome. Parade setup is happening. If you saw my last video where we stayed at the Contemporary, you'll see I went through a little bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for here? A little bit of a malfunction with my glasses. Well, they have finally broken. Might be able to fix that with a little screw though, but they've been through a lot. Stopped in here to get some AC for a bit. Oh, look at that. We know what's coming. We know what this means. I think I'm gonna pop into Minion Cafe. It's been a little bit since I've been here, and it's got some of my favorite theme park meals. This took over the beloved Monsters Cafe, which I still miss, but I also really like it here. Not only do I think the theming is cute, the music is fun, and there's a lot of cute little Easter eggs and stuff in here, they actually serve some very different theme park fare, some of the healthier, at least like real food, interesting and lighter feeling types of options. They have some of my favorite food here at Universal Studios right in here. So I'm gonna mobile order from the table and then they bring it to you. You can add your pass holder discount right in the app as you mobile order. Got my table number in, submit. I ordered my favorite dish here. It's Carl's Crispy Cauliflower. It's a vegetarian dish and it's just my favorite. I always want to try something else, and we have tried pretty much the whole menu here and I kind of like it all. But every time I come back to this, because it's just so delicious. So now they'll just bring the food to the table. We just chill out. They bring you a cup where you can fill your drink. Universal just put a notification in the app that due to the weather, the parade is canceled. Not just delayed, but canceled. That means a big storm's coming. My dish has arrived. Carl's Crispy Cauliflower. This is crispy cauliflower florets with sweet and spicy chili sauce, coconut blue rice, Thai cucumbers, and edamame. And as you can see, you can probably just tell, it's all just very fresh tasting, very light tasting and delicious. I love the blue coconut rice. I love the sweet and spicy sauce. This breading is usually always perfect. I can tell it's done right. Just the colors in there are so pretty, but it's actually quite delicious too. I also love the freestyle machines at Universal because they have Coke Zero, like a million flavors, well, like 5 or 6 flavors, and I always get cherry vanilla, or is it strawberry vanilla? One of those, but it's good. I like it. See the nice cauliflower in there. It's all kind of fresh and light feeling. There's some spice and some heat in there, and then some cool vinegar type of flavor. It's like bright and crispy. Good. My meal was very good. The rain has now begun, but there's more that I want to see in the park. So we're whipping out the trusty purse umbrella. Okay, the umbrella's out. Let's keep exploring. Let's check out what's going on in San Francisco. It's honestly a pretty light rain right now. It's cooling the park off, and it's really pretty to see it falling on the water. Now, San Francisco is an interesting one for this year. There's a lot of setup. I can see some of the Jaws Amity stuff is still set up. So this is still up, which is awesome. So in past years, San Francisco has been different kinds of scare zones. And I think it may be evolving this year, but we have a lot of setup going on here. There's stuff covered up. This looks like a DJ stage, or a stage like for a DJ, right? With all the lights and stuff especially. So, just by the pure process of elimination, we can guess that this may be the Club Horror that they talked about, which is one of the new street experiences for this year. It looks so much like a DJ booth. Like, it just looks so much like a DJ booth that would be the guess. We'll see what ends up happening, but I think this could be a really fun party zone coming out of Fast and Furious, and it kind of always is a party zone anyway. So we'll see how that works out and if that's even what ends up happening. Of course, they haven't announced where the scare zones are. We're just looking at what's out and kind of having some fun trying to guess. My other thought was that it would be kind of back here. They've had other sort of cool themed bars with characters you could meet and greet on the other side over here of Lombards. Back somewhere in this area that there could be a sort of a party zone. There is this big sign looking thing. Who remembers meeting David S. Pumpkins and other characters? The Peacock Bar and the Wolfman was out here once. There's plenty of space for bars back here. So it could be Club Horrors back here. And maybe it even spills out into San Francisco? Ooh, the theories abound. There are a lot of lighting rigs and trusses all through the London area. And the bridge between the Harry Potter, Wizarding World of Harry Potter, London area, and the Simpsons area is still under construction. So you'd go around over there by Men in Black. I showed you last time some of the sets and props are out in Diagon Alley that make it seem like the Death Eaters may be back, but that is a separate thing. They've got their own thing going on in there. In past years, they've had the Death Eaters out, and their little stage and set area is up in there once again, so that's cool. Hopefully that means they'll be back this year. Here's the bridge that's under construction. Normally you can cut right through and be over in Simpsons Land or Springfield. But now they're routing you around. Fear Factor stage. There's definitely lights and stuff happening over here. Just waiting for them to announce what's the deal with the shows. It looks like they're like rebuilding the bridge. Wow. Again, it's just neat to see. I'm very excited for the food announcements and the themed areas. There's a lot going on over here, so I think something's coming. Ooh. And the rain's pretty much stopped, a few drops. Here's a closer look at the red string lights. That's gonna create a really nice atmosphere back here. Here in the Five and Dime, they have some of my favorite Universal monsters and lots of Halloween Horror Nights merchandise for 2025 of what's been released so far. And everything tying into the conservatory theme. Dark Gothic, vines, stained glass, and crows. Dracula. Oh my gosh, I just realized he is going to be looking over the Masquerade Vampire Scare Zone. It's too perfect. He's going to be looking at them, hissing at them. Hiss. Do my bidding, my children of the night. That's what's going to be happening. I guarantee it. A reminder that the Wicked meet and greet is still going on here at the Wicked Experience through August 10th. So when you see this line open, that's when they're coming out for their meet and greet. Watch for a team member. You can always ask inside. And when they are meeting, they meet in this little alcove here. It's a really cool photo op. Well, it looks like the storm passed over and it was just a little bit of rain, not too bad at all. Looks like there's lots of Epic Universe merchandise here in the shops here. Close enough. Anyway, let me know if you're excited, what you think of the Scare Zone, the Sherlock Holmesing that we did today. Maybe I should say Boris Schustering. The deducing, the hypothesizing. This is bad. I'm gonna need new glasses. Dang it. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me today for a chill day, walking around, checking out what's new, having some fun, and just getting hyped for where the horror lives. I'm sending you a ton of love. I'll see you for the next video, and until then, as always, stay enthused.